And a very warm welcome along, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Can you believe we're already at Tuesday this week? Time is flying. That weekend, the Friday through to Monday, where I didn't stream or do much content at all, that just flew by. Welcome into Gemma Barnes and God of War Mail over on YouTube. I hope you're having a wonderful day. God of War Mail, you'll be very happy. I have completed the God of War Backport over the weekend. So over the weekend I was doing an awful lot of backporting, trying to get a lot of Pokemon that we hadn't already got into Gen 2, and my goodness, the list that we got done over the weekend was absolutely phenomenal. Let me try and get that list up so I can tell you what you can be expecting in the next few weeks. Welcome into D1 and Ryu. We have backported now Lucario, Emolga, Pachirisu, Plusle, Dedenne, Togedemaru, SKUNTANK, which we're playing today, Vanillux, Chimecho Gen 3 version, Milotic with a unique evolution method, Breloom, which we're playing on Thursday, and then Gardevoir and Gallade, which is going to be a video fairly soon. We will be running male Gardevoir, just because of the higher attack output when we get to Gardevoir's video. That one's going to be a video. I'm going to do Gardevoir and Gallade, hopefully back-to-back on 2 consecutive days. That's the plan for that line. But what have you been up to over the weekend? That is the much more important question. Those of you who are interested in challenge results, by the way, the result command has been completely reworked. So I will do an example of result video for Alligator. Good morning, Deadpool. I'll do that both in YouTube and Twitch. And hopefully, there we go. We get a blank message on YouTube for reasons beyond the realm of normal human comprehension. But we do get the run number, the current place, and its original place. So I thought that would be a little bit more useful information than just having its current place. So yeah, I've been busy. Alerts work again, by the way. That's the other big thing I've been working on over the weekend. Completely reworks the alert system. Now we're not using any of the dodgy stream element stuff anymore. We are running entirely through Mix It Up, so if it goes wrong, it's my own coding to blame, which kind of feels better in a lot of ways. If I can blame myself, then I'm more likely to be able to fix it. Anyway, that is more than enough waffling, isn't it? We have a Pokemon to run. Today we're going to be running SKUNTANK. This actually was inspired by somebody in chat the other day. On our last stream, somebody said, had you considered doing SKUNTANK or Grumpig was the other one? And SKUNTANK, I thought, it learns Flamethrower. That could be really interesting as a poison type. Let's get it backported. So we'll get the timer underway, and we will see exactly how we get on. Playing in the daytime, of course, as we always do. Good morning, A Gamer's Tale. I hope you're doing very well today. Thank you for the tackle. And the quick attack. So I have no idea how well this Pokemon's going to do, I've got to be honest. It will either do incredibly well or incredibly badly, I think. I think we've only got one weakness, haven't we, to the ground type in Gen 2. So that could be a fairly good advantage, you know, because you don't actually have any mandatory ground type moves. Until Bruno, maybe? I can't think of any on the key trainers anyway. There are, of course, a few Digletts dotted all over the place, especially near Goldenrod, where you could get hit by a ground type move, but they're all optional, I think, anyway. I'm fairly good at knowing most of the trainers. I suppose Mudslap, but does Mudslap really count? I mean, it will count in this one. It's going to ruin our day. But let's not ruin the illusion that ground is rare in Johto. We'll grab a couple of berries. I think we'll need them for Falkner. Not 100% sure how we're going to get through Falkner, but Falkner should be one of the most difficult, and then it should be fairly smooth sailing from there on out. Decided to give the rival a Cyndaquil line. That's just because we learned Flamethrower at level 34, I want to say. Congratulations on your shiny duo. And Flamethrower is going to be resisted by the Quilava line. Really, there was no great Pokemon to give the rival in this one. And what do you think of the new overlay, by the way? Deciding to give this one a bit of a trial during streams. I actually really like it. I know Fury Swipes won't be an Oko on Falconer. It's devastating. Honestly, I think my plan might be to just scream bloody murder with Screech. Although Screech isn't 100% accurate. It's only 85. I think it's nice to mix up the overlay every so often, because the old overlay with that colour scheme had been used since what? August 2022? So I think it's about time that I refreshed things up a little bit. Still basically the same overlay, just with a new lick of paint. Welcome in, Geeky Bat. I hope you're doing very well today. Rare double miss there for youngster Joey on his Rattata. Let's all feel sorry for him. Shouldn't have any issues at all at Mikey either. Although his rat can hit, and he can hit with a crit. Level 8 acquired. Slowly but surely getting through these levels. His Rattata is in the top percentage of Rattata. I'm very, very envious of it. I reckon we'll do Sprout Tower today just because we're going to resist Vine Whip, so we might as well. Because we are going to need all the levels we can get for Falconer. I'm doing very well, thank you, Geeky Bat. Less scatterbrained today, not by much, but less scatterbrained today than I was on the last stream. Someone pointed out in the comments that Ice Beam would probably have been the better move for Jazz on Alolan Ninetales. And they're totally right as well, it would have been. Even discounting the fact that Ice Beam would have been a slightly higher roll, that 10% chance to freeze could have got us through the battle a lot quicker. But you live and learn. Some days you're on form, other days you're just not on form. And last Thursday, I really was just not bringing my A game. I wasn't even bringing my C or D game. It was more like my Z game. I like how we're just taking one hit point of damage every single turn at the moment. Slowly eking our way up to level 10 now. Level 11 we learn Fury Swipes. That's not really going to help us in our situation for Falconer. I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to 15 for Smokescreen. So it looks like we might have to use some combination of Scratch, Poison Gas, Screech and Focus Energy. There will be an easy way through, and by easy I mean just roll the dice until you eventually get the result you want. We'll just have to figure it out together. Level 11 acquired. No thank you to Fury Swipes. Absolutely terrible move. At least at 25 we get Slash. We can combine that with Headbutt for a little bit. Trying to figure out as well whether I think it's worth going for Swift. It might be, but then again it might not be. I reckon we will, just so that we've got something to guarantee our way through some of the sand attackers coming later. I say that now, I'll probably end up not using it. I've just realised we don't have enough power points for this battle. We only have 6. That's not going to be enough to get us through all 3. We'll take on the gym now, i.e. the 2 gym trainers. And if it looks like we're up the creek without a paddle, we'll have to reascend Sprout Tower. Shouldn't take too much damage from these pair of Pidgey. I mean, doing that trainer at the top would get us up to level 13. Sorry, it's a bit of a time loss, but we're going to go back up there. Because we need to go back up at some point anyway to get Flash. So we might as well do it now. Although we're getting more wild encounters on our way up than we ever normally get. If you do want to play along with this one, by the way, it is available to download at trainersquidgy.com. Although I don't think I've actually put the link up yet. It's available on the website if you go to trainersquidgy.com/wiki/crystal_SKUNTANK. But I don't think I've put the actual backport link up. So after we've done Falconer, I'll pause the timer and take the 20 seconds or so to put the link up. There we go, we're out of the tower now. Let's stick on a berry. And let's hope for the best. This is Falconer, our first gym leader together. Allegedly a flying type trainer. Who leads with Pidgey. Two-shot on the Pidgey. We got the defense drop. Interesting, he's going for Gust. That could have been bad. But at the very last second, the game decided to show us mercy there. I reckon the elders don't really care. They're chill about it. Now, I did just notice my Game Boy box was over the title cards there, so I'll fix that as well. Let's grab the Crystal Backports page. And let's very quickly get it available up on the website. There we go. Backport is now all available on the website. If you want to play it, there is a link for you. But with that, let's move on. Unpausing the timer, we'll start making our way towards Azalea Town. Welcome in, Samake. I hope you're doing very, very well today. I don't have the pack on this screen. You still get it in chat, but I do want it on screen as well. So let's plonk that under the learn set. We'll get the Prosecure Berry there, and we'll move on. I reckon Swift might be necessary, you know. Oh dear, we didn't heal. We're cheating this battle. We'll just use a single potion, that should be all we need. Did we get the repel? I don't think we did. We'll beat up this Hoppip and then we'll get the repel. Oh, we did. You know what I said I wasn't as scatterbrained as the other day? I think that ended up being a bit of a lie. Maybe it's just the month of May. It does things to my brain. It creates a lack of brain. Going in at under half health or under full health, it's a pretty good idea for that Fisher because otherwise he's more likely to use hypnosis. Welcome in, Chad. I hope you're doing very well today. I'm kind of dreading my birthday because I've got no frigging clue what I want to do. I've plonked up the stream. We're going to be starting at 1, by the way, that day. Not 2. Welcome in, Fakalash. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, we're going to be starting an hour earlier. Probably going for 6-7 hours that day as well, hopefully. Still not settled on what to do though. I am all ears for ideas. I cannot think of anything worse than running Happini on my birthday. Yes, SKUNTANK does get Flamethrower. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. We've got 10 days to go until the, unfortunately, big number day. Alchemy would be interesting, but I'm not sure how I would get the gimmick done in time. Yeah, it's a bigger and bigger number every year for that birthday. Snow Rump would be fun. I mean, I've got the Vanillite line. Vanillite, Vanillish, Vanillux. Whatever one the big one of those is. I've got that done, so that would be the ice cream for the birthday party. So could maybe try and have like a party-themed set of backports. That could be fun, you know. Let's get ourselves 8 repels today. And we're pausing the timer at 13:53 to catch the HM friends. This is going to be the 3rd birthday we're celebrating together, I think. Can't remember if I was ill for my last birthday. I have a feeling I was. Because I know Kim came to visit and we had a day out and that just knocked me out for the month. I'm pausing the timer now that we've caught the HM friends. We're going to teach some moves. We're never going to use poison gas. Never been a big fan of poison as a status condition to begin with. There we go. Nice one-shots at last. Ugh, rap. I remember in a ROM hack I made once, somehow I completely broke rap and it crashed the game. I like to think that all the solo runs we do are interconnected. I try and thread a little bit of lore in between them from time to time. And thank you, Geeky Bats, for the birthday wishes. Getting old. Definitely not getting wise. I like to think that the characters in this universe are stuck in some kind of Groundhog Day situation. The randomizers are a really, really good idea, Gemma. But unfortunately, we can't have all of the backports in one save. There's no way to fit them in. Welcome in, Carnage. A flying ground Lugia sounds absolutely terrifying. The idea of having something with all of the backports in is such a good idea. I'm just so annoyed that we only have room for 2 Pokemon, because on our 3 Pokemon lines, it might not be clear, but Celebi gets yeeted into the Shadow Dimension. Is Landorus the only ground flying, or is there another? Of course, Gligar. Doi. Although you wouldn't think it was ground flying looking at its Gen 2 learn set, would you? Bloody Fury Cutter. It really does look like a poison type, doesn't it? Ghost type Staraptor is another terrifying prospect. I think we're speed tied. Also, here's Bugsy's title card. Very late, but we get there eventually. We crit, we cheese it. Toxic I will take. I doubt we'll use it, but we were never going to use our move before. I could see Gliscor as a dark type as well. Of course we get friggin' burnt. You absolute shambles of a rival will survive on one, you tit. Gen 6, I think, for Toxic, which apparently was a glitch the entire time. Welcome in, Urban Huntsman, I hope you're doing well today. Good afternoon, Kanbei. I hope you're having a fantastic work day. I'm assuming you're at work. I hope you're having a fantastic non-work day. Well, I just called him a tit for burning me. That's how Rival 2 went. We did get through first attempt. Which generation was Leah versus Flamethrower in? I'm going to have to look up. It's learn set in Gen 1. I'll have to stream. I've got a sausage casserole on. for later on today because it's still bloody chilly up north. Pausing the time, we're going to wear out the rappel and then we'll grab our Abra. I'm always surprised at just how much speed the Stunky line has. It doesn't look particularly nippy. But then, like, Gen 6 Pokemon are all, and Gen 7 to be fair, are all remarkably slow. I think Gen 4 did the opposite. I mean, what's its face? The cat. The ugly cat, Perugly. That thing's got like 100 in speed. It very much goes into the same category to me as Miltank. Because Miltank doesn't look like she should be that fast. Oh god, Sam, that video selector has given you a really, really old video. Kambe, you won't have been around at the beginning of stream. I've redone the results command with the suggestions you made. I've based our Gen 2 sprite off the Gen 4 sprite, so when we get to it, when we do evolve, we can have a look, see if it looks like it's flashing its bum here as well. I've not done the Lance time yet, but I've done like the run number and the original result time and ranking. I'll do an extra one for Lance, but I don't have all the data for Lance, unfortunately. Which is part of the issue. Like with streams, I don't save my result times anywhere apart from the final time. Actually starting to really like this line so far. I had one in Brilliant Diamond, and I thought it was a pretty good line then as well. I like to think that they twist their necks up as a spring, or like a spring to fly. Let's reorder these HM friends into something a little bit more sensible. No, this isn't Whitney. This is a lie. I don't know why it's decided to play now. Cows are bloody fast in real life, to be fair. They can really move. Also, talking of moves, if you've not seen Kangastan's videos on how quickly you can use every single move and how few Pokemon you can use every single move on in Gens 1 and 2. Brilliant series. We do have Clefairy Roulette coming up soon. I was doing some theory crafting for a Smeargle redo, and one of the things we can do is we can fish for things like surf off Clefairy. And in testing, I got it after like 4 attempts. I do like the Pokemon series as well. I've learnt a lot from it. It just means that in the real version of that challenge, I'm going to be sitting there for like 20 minutes trying to get Surf. And the entire purpose of Surf is to time save so you don't have to do Kimono Girls. That really wasn't effortless, Whitney. I think we've been using a little bit of secret potion ourselves. Had some left over that Jazz dropped. Bloody hell, the movement there. We have 2 Clefairy we can beat up with Metronome. The best move we could get from a Metronome in Clefairy for the Smeargle run would be Flamethrower. Because that would be our answer to Jasmine. The second best move would be, obviously, something like Ice Beam. Surf would be good for bypassing the Kimono Girls, but Surf doesn't have the offensive properties that would make it quicker overall. I could definitely see a scenario, you know, where we sketch something like Growth and Ice Beam as well as Flamethrower. Then maybe try and find a Psychic somewhere as well. I never run Spore on my Gen 2 Smeargle. Welcome in, Rumus. I hope you're doing very well today. Skuntank is a cutie. My brain is still a little bit scatterbrained today, but stream is going very well so far. Seven more levels until we evolve. My weekend was bloody busy. Rude, trainer. I did a lot of backporting over the weekend. I was going to say backporking over the weekend then. I do have food on the brain. Which is bad because I had my meal deal before coming on air today. I have done Farigiraf, yes. No to Weird Ear, I need to sprite it. The actual Weird Ear coding is done, it's just the artwork. I don't really eat pork. I say that as I've got a sausage casserole. The only time I'll really have pork is in sausages. Don't think we want to teach Hidden Power quite yet. Welcoming Kim, that message feels very cryptic. I could delete, but I'm on the timer at the moment. Yeah, Hidden Power Ice today. Hidden Power Ice just for the Claire battle, really. I shall delete when we are in somewhere sensible. I was going to say I can't wait for lunch. I've already had my bloody lunch. I can't wait for lunch number 2, clearly. Just need to pause the timer to delete a message if I can figure out how to do that. No, I've never actually deleted a message on Switch. No, I can't figure out how to delete it. So it's just going to have to stay. Yeah, over on Switch. An emote came through. Also, talking of emotes, I've got a new one. We've got Jazz with her secret potion. Oh, you have to be in mod mode on Switch. I'm not on bloody mod mode on Switch. Click on the cogwheel thing. And it'll say mod actions. Oh, there we go. Why is that not on by default? That seems like it should be on by default. What a silly way of doing things, Twitch. Let's unpause the timer now that we've got the nugget. On YouTube, all you need to do is hold down Alt. And then you can delete. I think Jasmine doesn't have a Skarmory because she doesn't know how to get through the Ice Path puzzle to go and catch a Skarmory. That's always been my logic as to why she's not had one. It's just she doesn't have the ability to do that puzzle. The run's not been going too badly so far. Had a couple of mishaps here and there, mostly due to running out of PP. But overall, not a bad little Pokemon, this Skuntank so... well, it's Stunky at the moment. So far. Poison and Dark has been a very, very... oh, you absolute scumbag. Poison and Dark's been a very good type combination. Jasmine Steelix has Sunny Day in case she sees a water-type Pokemon. She is hard-coded to only use Sunny Day if there's a water-type Pokemon on the field. It's one of those very circumstantial things, which for a Gen 2 learn set is actually kind of surprising. Let's get ourselves back to a critique. Because we've got a rival to beat up. Gen 5 is the worst for high-level Evos. Didn't use Curse. Very surprising there. There we go. Done to perfection. I.e., we get Night Slash replacing our top move as soon as we wanted it replacing our top move. Did I get the rare candy? Yes, I did. Had a moment of panic then because I was reading chat doing that movement. I was like, did I get the rare candy? Yes, I did. Now, we don't need to worry about the mint berry so much on this one. He cannot use Dream Eater against us. Thank heavens for small mercies. I'm glad you've got the backup of Twitch, Urban Huntsman. Larvesta, Volcarona, Ruffler and Braviary, Vullaby and Ugly Bird. They'd all be a nightmare. Same with Dino, Hydreigon and Zvilus. I have no plans to backport Volcarona quite yet. Welcome in, Matthew. I'm doing very well, thank you. The much more important question is, how are you doing? I'm going to use an ether just to be safe and... you know, we'll can that last berry. This is Morty. Hopefully, it'll be a very easy battle. Goodbye to Ghastly. Au revoir to Haunter. Adios to the other Haunter. And see ya, wouldn't want to be ya to the last Gengar. We have Hidden Power Ice today. I appreciate it's kind of small in the Learn set. But on the TMs and HMs, it will always show you the Hidden Power type we have. Haunter, we barely knew her at all that day. One level to go, we should hopefully get it early on in the gym. At the moment, I'm trying to focus my attention on Gen 3 backports. Why did I move the nugget of all bloody things up to the top? It's no use to anyone. Just flexing my riches. I'm kind of a fan of Stunky's design. I think it's an interesting take on a skunk. It's definitely a strong design. Although I think making it version exclusive was a mistake. You mentioned Stunky, didn't you, Matthew? On Thursday. Along with Grumpig. Here's the evolution. I think in hindsight I maybe didn't do quite as good a job with the legs as I'd hoped. And of course, because we're on the tag team, we're not going to be able to look at the sprite until now. Let's pause the timer here. There is our front sprite for SKUNTANK. Sometimes a comment or a chat message just inspires me. And that's exactly what happened with the SKUNTANK line. I think having some black accents would definitely work well for this line. Welcome in, Paul. I hope you're doing very well today. The stats aren't bad. We're definitely a mixed attacker, which is why I've gone for Hidden Power Ice. I'm glad you're doing good. Cast form. Hold that thought until after we've beaten up Chuck. There we go, 38-38. Nice alliterative time there for the Chuck battle. Very quickly pause the timer and save. Because sometimes you've just got to bloody show off. I'm just demonstrating that we do have the cast form with all the different forms in. And now we'll get back to our regularly scheduled SKUNTANK. If I do that. And I then go back to my correct mapper. There we go. Sometimes that happens with the reset counter, unfortunately. Gets a little bit overzealous. Have to do it manually now. There we go. I love the cast form back sprites. After stream, we can have a little play around with the cast form because the reason I'm at red and no further is because I failed the run with it. And then we'll plonk the cast form up on the website. Because we did do cast form before the challenge run base existed. And a few days ago, I took the time to re-backport it and fix a couple of bugs that were in the original backport. I think Stunky and SKUNTANK not being encounterable in Platinum was a huge mistake. I think the same with Girafarig in this one. How many badges do we have at the moment? We have 5. We're about to get 6, because we're off to Olivine City next. Clampearl's next on my list. Having a little bit of trouble with the sprite work for those. The idea of being stuck with bloody Whirlpool until Blackthorn is kind of depressing, though. How did I get access to Kanto with 6 badges? I played a different game. So I quickly swapped in the cast form backport as opposed to the Stunky backport. I did try a ROM hack before, but I made the mistake of working with another person on it. And we had very different visions. Oh, that! When you get to surf, you're able to get that far in Kanto. I tell you what, I'll pause the timer and show you what I mean here. Not very close at all to Lichen Rock yet. It's one of those, it's going to need a bit of time to cook. Let's pause the timer here. Thank you, Urban Huntsman. It's going to be in 10 days' time. So you can get to this part of Kanto. Only this part with the rare candy. And no further than here because you get the waterfall. But as soon as you get access to surf, you can do that. And the reason we get the rare candy there is because we can then fly using the Johto map as opposed to using the Kanto map. So it saves steps. I'm very glad my birthday's not tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's different in Gen 4, but in Gen 2 you're definitely able to get that far. That is something that is in the vanilla version of the game, it's not a modded thing. It's like in Gen 2, we'll be seeing this after Price. You're actually able to get all the way through the ice path without doing the rockets first. So the person who blocks you until after you've done the rockets in Gen 4, but only blocks you until after you've got the Glacier or Mineral badge, your 7th badge regardless, in Gen 2. Have a wonderful day at work. Thank you for popping in. Yours is in 2 days. We are going to be doing Birthday Breloom. For you then, Urban Huntsman. I hope you like the Breloom line. I challenged myself with this backport as well. I challenged myself to get it all done, sprites and everything, within an hour. And I came in at like 59 minutes and 30 seconds for the final build. So I am very impressed with that. I do have a couple of scripts to rewrite a lot of the more annoying files. Because you've got a list of, like, for this modded version, about 35 files, where you're just putting in the Pokemon name constantly. So I made a little script to add that in automatically for me. I'm glad they're delaying GTA 6, to be honest. I think more studios should be less afraid to delay games. Because it means the staff aren't working 15, 16 hour days. How would you all feel, by the way, at some point, if I did some backporting live on Twitch? Like, taking you all through the process of what I do? If that's something you'd be interested in, I could always look at doing a couple of backporting streams in the next couple of weeks. I think GTA 6 is possibly going to redefine what a successful game launch looks like. The only tricky-ish move for this backport was Memento. And honestly, Memento wasn't too bad to do. I already had the code lying around from another backport for it. There's the earth-shattering kaboom! What was that movement, Squidge? Well done. Jeez. Ignite the pile of swine, it goes down, and we destroy Price's gym. 45-45, another alliterative time. Very satisfying. Now, in a divergence from the Gen 4, the bloke's gone, so we get to go here straight away. After we've done the ice path, by the way, we are going to take our regular 3-minute mid-run break. Use that time to have a stretch, go to the loo, get yourself a sandwich if you like sandwiches, get yourself some other food if you don't like sandwiches. And if you're not hungry, still get yourself some food. Don't have to eat it straight away. But we will be taking a little bit of a break. Gives me a chance to regroup, refocus, have a little stretch myself. Breakfast sounds like a very good idea. Not quite sure what you mean by these runs. What do I think of these runs? I really enjoy doing these runs, otherwise I wouldn't be doing them, honestly. Let's grab ourselves our max repels. We'll need 12 of them. That's an elixir, isn't it? Should probably pick that up. Look the other way, thank you. Almost noon, getting cereal. I think SKUNTANK is a very fitting Pokemon, honestly, in Gen 2. It feels Gen 2 native. And I don't mean that as an insult. Pausing the timer now because we are about to take a very quick break for 3 minutes. But yeah, I'm really finding that SKUNTANK feels like it could have just been in Gen 2. Yeah, middling stats, 2 stage. It's got 1 great move with Flamethrower. I think it's a pretty good Pokemon. And with that, we are going to take a very quick 3-minute break. We are at 2:58 PM now. We shall be back at around about 3:01 PM. You'll see the timer on screen. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. One cat successfully fed, one drink successfully acquired. Let's carry on with the challenge. We've got the radio tower next. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about this. We'll get through it. Well, the Arbuck threw a bit of a spanner in the works, so I'm going to go and change my routing ever so slightly. I'm going to go and pick up Return now. Mudslap's a little bit surplus to requirements. So we'll grab Return. I wouldn't say Skuntank's my favourite Pokemon, no, but it's definitely up there as a good Pokemon in my eyes. I want to take away now the charcoal. And we'll give the Nevermelt Ice in its place. And then what can we sell? Sell the nuggets. Don't have hands, don't need that. Never going to use that. Can't. We can learn that. We'll keep that for later. Don't want that, don't want that, don't want that, and don't want that. We're rich. Let's get... How many protein should we get? Let's get 4 protein. And then let's get 4 calcium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. An iron. And then we'll also now just sell the charcoal. So we've got a little bit of money for full restores. Right. Successful vitamin shop done. Return taught. Should hopefully be a bit better now. Headbutt will be the next to go. When we've done the little sequence where we rescue the director at the bottom, could somebody remind me to just grab another Headbutt TM, i.e. take the lift instead of digging out? Because I think that could be useful maybe for the red fight. Because we're going to get rid of Headbutt in place of Hidden Power Ice for Claire. It doesn't really feel like Johto's a mining kind of place. So you never know. Might be one of very few sources of charcoal. Although I suppose actually it's charcoal, not coal, isn't it? They have an entire bloody forest that they've carved a path through. But maybe the charcoal guys have a complete monopoly over it. That could be the reason why it's so expensive. And then in other regions they have to import it. Our final 2 level up moves, by the way, on this Pokemon are absolute hot garbage for a challenge run. Memento and Explosion both. Let the Pokemon faint, and we don't want that. It's time for everyone's favourite boss trainer now. 5 coughing and a wheezing. This just goes to show, actually, that sometimes using your weaker stat is better. We've burnt the wheezing. There's the earth-shattering kaboom. In Johto, the good kids get charcoal, the bad kids just get regular coal. I think that's how it works. Let's take a very quick safety heal here. And it's time for rival number 4. 103 in HP is doing wonders for us at the moment. I do kind of wish we had an extra 5 or so in our physical attack, though. Very much getting into ranges which an extra 5 in attack would solve. Aren't we thrilled at all these Rattata we're facing? We get a few coughing, just for a change. The rival text after Rival Fall is supposed to be the start of his redemption arc. Not quite sure I buy it myself. But that is allegedly what it is. There's a bumhead fire duck. We do like the bumhead fire duck. It's a fire duck and it's got a bumhead. What's not to love? Max Ether. Welcome in, Animaster. I hope you're doing well today. He got disposed of. Now we must remember to get that headbutt TM. Don't need the Scamulet coin today, though. Because we've got Flamethrower already, we're not going to visit the Move Shooter, so there's no sense in having the Scamulet coin. We don't need the extra money. We'll be a good citizen of Johto. We'll only take regular pocket money from the people we battle. Eventful doesn't always sound like a positive thing, but I hope it's nothing too stressful for you, Animaster. I do feel, you know, like Stunky's line is something that was very much missing from Johto. Having that extra dark type, especially combined with poison, which is a very prominent type in Gen 1, I feel like the link between them is pretty fitting. I love that Houndoom's a glass cannon. It makes that battle very easy. And just like that, it's goodbye forever. Yeah, the lack of Earthquake is a bit of a shame. Because if we got Earthquake, I'd probably sack Flamethrower after probably Surge. The lack of ground types in Johto definitely makes having just a ground type weakness a very, very good thing. Should be a one-shot on Dratini regardless. It's the Seadra coming up where I'll be able to gauge whether we need Hidden Power Ice for Claire or not. Oh, that actually tells me nothing. That's in that middle of the road range where it could be a range on her Dragonair. Or it could be a one-shot. We'll get a much better indication against Cool Trainer Mike here. No, that's the wrong button. This isn't Claire, this is Lola. I'm glad it's mostly been good, Animaster. I hope the bad hasn't been detracting from the good either. We'll give it a go without Hidden Power to begin with. That was a one-shot. That's a good start. Another one. Watch this be a range. Oh. Very interesting. Perfect. I don't think we could have had a better Claire battle if we asked for one. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about Lucy. Don't think we've got the room for that calcium, actually. There we have the Rising Badge in just over the hour, 1 hour and 22 seconds. A lot of that was down to a couple of mess-ups earlier on. Torkoal was a fun one to backport back in the day. Should probably redo the Torkoal backport. By the way, if it ever sounds like I'm talking to myself or just ideas out loud, I have chat open on both Twitch and YouTube, because we co-stream all of these challenges on both sides. So I promise I'm not just talking to myself. It's not very often we take on this trainer, but today, kind of a good litmus test with that Quagsire. Might as well take on her because she's got a pair of Starmie and a Nidoqueen. Magneton appears in a lot of games. It's up there with like Zubat and Psyduck for being very common Pokemon in all dexes. Oh, bloody Joyce. One day we will avoid Joyce. And we will rejoice. Well, that feels wrong. We definitely have a video of Magneton. Leaderboard finder.py. Crystal video times. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. Just gonna do result video. Arcanine, just to give it a test. Yeah, something has gone wrong there. Clearly. Well, that's some coding for me to do after stream. I'll get the debugging out later. Anyway, let's get onwards towards the league. I always forget just how high Kingler's physical defense is. One max elixir acquired. Now we should be pretty bloody good for the final rival. Grab that HP up. And let's take him on. Let's hope that confusion doesn't bite us in the bum. There we go. Hopefully. There we definitely go. A little bit sloppy, but we got through. You did your own run after watching the routing video. The trouble with quick accuracy is remembering the Surf HM, to be fair. By the way, thank you to the HM friends, Kenya, Abra, Psyduck, Mercy to Paris, and of course, the biggest thank you of all goes to you wonderful HM friends over on YouTube and Twitch. Here are our stats going into the league: 196 HP at level 51, Nevermelt Ice for later, with Return, Flamethrower, Headbutt and Night Slash. 138 in attack, 105 in defense, 113 in special attack, 103 in special defense, and 122 in speed. Those, of course, are the outer battle stats. We'll get a big buff in battle, as we'll see now, against Will. He's our first league member. He is, of course, a psychic type specialist who led with Xatu. Xatu 1 and 2 go down. Up next is Executor. Executor goes away as well. We say no to Explosion. And then we will get rid of the Slowbro. We'll get rid of the Jinx as well. And that was a very easy Will battle. Parrots are very high maintenance. Will was rolled. Will ignite Koga's first two Pokemon. And his third. Night Slash is either Gen 3 or Gen 4. It's not native to Gen 2. Yes, the overlay is slightly different. We've given it a fresh lick of paint. Fish for the flinch. Didn't get it. Onyx has no special defense, thank goodness. Night Slashes Gen 4, thank you, Kanbe. Gen Thor? Jeez. Survive a cross chop and we're good. We did not, in fact, survive a cross chop. Fish for the flinch, didn't get it again. We did not survive a cross chop, unfortunately. And then I messed up that time. Supposed to use Night Slash, not Flamethrower. Cross shot with a crit did what cross shot with a crit does best. Take you from a very high amount of HP down to getting knocked out. Jeez, that was a range the entire time. Let's fish for the flinch. Didn't get it. But we got through. Full restores, living in an awkward place in the bag. Let's move them up to a less awkward place. HP up. And this is Karen. She leads with Umbreon, so we're going to headbutt the Umbreon. I did say a couple of times that Cross Chop knocked us out. HP up strat not working as well as we'd hoped there. Oh, bloody hell. This is a difficult one, isn't it? Is Flamethrower a range, is the question. The answer is possibly no, but that doesn't matter. Return should one-shot this Murkrow. She's got Nout really to hit us now. Worst she could do there is burn. She's not burnt. We can Night Slash the Gengar. Karen was pesky today, I would say, but not the worst we've ever had. Now, it's at this point we're absolutely going to need Hidden Power Ice. No ifs or buts about it, unfortunately. Because Lance has 3 Dragonite. They're all big, they're all bulky. And they're all 4 times weak to ice. And this guarantees the one-shot on the Thunder Waving ones. No Ancient Power, I think we win. There we go. Champion Lance is defeated. And while we're not on our quickest time ever, I'm pretty happy with this time so far. For a Poison type in Johto, 111-16 through the league is not bad. Bring those Max Repels up to top spot. And we'll be on our merry way. For the last part of this challenge. No break after the league today. So we're going to welcome back the HM friends. Then it's going to be off to Ecruteak City. I have actually forgotten the SS ticket a couple of times. Grab the rare candy. For those of you who may have thought I'd forgotten about the Sludge Bomb TM, it was on purpose waiting until now. Because those ranges would still have been ranges with Sludge Bomb. And having the better coverage was more important for the league. However, we can now get that Sludge Bomb. I think there's an elixir here, a Max Ether. Could come in useful. It's not taking up any extra bag space. And now we'll get on the boat. I reckon we'll teach Sludge Bomb for the red fight, at the very least. Thank you for popping in, Urban Huntsman. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I need to be looking into upgrades on my PC. My CPU's getting a bit old, my motherboard's a bit old. But it's all bloody expensive. Let's get our first rare candy in Kanto. A lot of the time, I think decently powerful is more than worth it compared to top of the line. I swapped from an Intel to an AMD CPU when I upgraded this PC. Because I had an ancient Intel CPU. It did the job. It was like top of the line back in 2011 when I got it. So it lasted 9 years and still kept up. But then the research I was doing said that Intel had gone a little bit crap. Exactly, the rate of improvement with technology these days, especially with things like CPUs. If you hold off a couple of years, you're able to get a roughly equivalent power. I'm hoping that one day the same will be able to be said about GPUs. Now again, this is one of the places where we could have taught Sludge Bomb. But honestly, we've got Flamethrower and Hidden Power Ice. It's going to be a one-shot regardless. Like, we'll ignite this Tangler to get us started. We'll barbecue the Victory Bell. Put the Jumpluff on ice. And then, poor Blossom didn't stand a chance either. I think I've got like a Ryzen 3600 at the moment. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It gets the job done for video editing, which is all I really care about at the moment. It's everyone's favourite Mia formality now. This is Janine. She exists. She is definitely one of the trainers. And I don't really have anything else to say about her. Soul Badge, 11727. Didn't get caught by the annoying super nerd today. The thing that annoys me the most about AI is that kind of AI definitely has its place in the world. It's just people aren't using it for its place in the world. I was very lucky last year. My old TV, ancient thing I got from Tesco when I moved out from home for the first time in 2012, it finally kicked the bucket. And I was able to find a very middle of the range, it's not the best quality picture, but a very middle of the range dumb TV, and I was happy about that. The lack of autonomy on the internet in general is something that annoys me. Like, why do we have maybe later instead of no as an option, or ask again later, or not right now? Why can we not just have a no button for things that we don't want to see or don't want to do? Like, if you're on Twitter, I know Twitter's an absolute cesspool these days anyway, but if you're on Twitter, it'll be like, do you want to see what's popular in your network? Yes, or maybe later. I don't want the bloody maybe later. I never want to see what's popular in my bloody network. Just let me press no and never pester me about it again. Same with YouTube. I don't watch YouTube Shorts. Stop showing me bloody shorts on my bloody homepage. You've gone from saying it'll show up once every 30 days, which was bad enough, to just, we'll show this less often. I don't want it at all, not less often. The only type of less often I want is never. And breathe. I got the dumb TV off Amazon, in all places. Of all places. Well, I'm not a shorts enjoyer. I know I have a naff attention span. But I really don't enjoy shorts. I used to work in a charity shop, Gemma, and I've got to be honest, a lot of the TVs you get in charity shops, they are absolute bloody bargains. I remember we sold like a 56-incher, dumb TV as well at that, for like 150 quid. It's been a while since I've been on a rant. It's been well overdue, honestly. There aren't many things that piss me off, honestly. But one of the things that really does piss me off is the lack of being able to say no to technology. I think we did do a Jinx impression around about this place. What Pokemon would I rather be? At the moment, I'm very happy. Why did I use bloody flamethrower in the rain? I'm very happy with our Skuntank here. You feel sleepy for some reason? You're feeling very sleepy, you should maybe think about having a rest. We'll be done in probably about 12 to 15 minutes, I reckon. See, I really like Windows 10. Genuinely think it's one of the best operating systems I've ever used. In terms of, it's stable, it does what I want it to do, and it doesn't pester me. Or it didn't pester me. Until Windows bloody 11. Windows 11 makes my PC blue screen when the monitors go on standby. That is not something I can have as somebody who records content that relies on a live timer. Because there are times where I'll record the first part of a run, say up to the Jasmine fight, and then I'll go to bed and record the second half the next day. If I've then blue screened in between, then I'm not going to have my timer. I did try Linux many, many years ago, but it's just not for me. I'm very much stuck in my ways with Windows. I think that's the issue with Linux. It's a high-effort operating system. I've got to be honest. I don't have the impetus to do any more high-effort things. Like, learning assembly coding is about the limits of my effort. Goodbye, McCargo. Goodbye to the Bumhead Fire Duck. And Rapid Ashes Healing Looping. The other issue for me is I'm locked in with a contract with Adobe. So, I use Adobe editing software, and apparently it's not compatible on Linux. Not got the best feeling about this for our first attempt, but I do want to try and get some info from this. Right, okay. We need Hidden Power Ice for this battle. That much is a given. Because we need that to get through the ride-on. So now what we need to do is we need to use probably Return on this Gyarados. Fish for the Rain Dance, and then he healing loops. There we go. The rain is out, which means he's going to go for extreme speed, most likely. That's fine, because that means it's not going to status us. We'll use return on the Alakazam, save on the text box. Executor comes out to play. And there we go. That one, I feel, if I didn't have the knowledge of how the Gen 2 AI works, could have been worse. But we did get through. With that, we've only got one more battle left to go. That battle, of course, is with the most dangerous ledge in the game. We got through it first time this time. Bring those rare candies up to tippy top spots. We'll use one of those. Hidden Power Ice is now very much surplus to requirements. Because we've got Flamethrower for the Venusaur. So we'll save in front of red, and we'll see how we get on. First thing to note is that we do outspeed the Pikachu. And Sludge Bomb's a one-shot. Reflect isn't great, but the Peskeon can only hit us with Swift or Mud Slap, and it's not going to use Mud Slap. Critting the Snorlax is fantastic there. The electric type is fast, it's just we are faster. Fish for a sunny day. Do one of those. Oh, that's a lot of damage from the Zard. I reckon Sunny Day could be a bit of an Achilles heel, you know. No Reflect is great. Although we are now going to have to tank a Body Slam. Okay. He's going to Rain Dance into Surf, isn't he? Nope, he's going to Blizzard. I don't think we'd have got through anyway, unless he did the double Blizzard. And he missed both times, which wasn't likely. The fact that we're getting through Espeon in 2 now is great. I reckon if we do end up using all 4 rare candies, then the Snorlax has a chance to be a double, as opposed to a triple like that. Blizzard missed. Are we in with a chance? We are! Ooh. I've got to be honest, I wasn't expecting that then. That was a very, very enjoyable run, I've got to be honest. The right kind of challenging. Tricky in places, absolute breeze in other places. Never got bored doing that one. Which, sometimes with the easier Pokemon, I will be honest, I do get very bored doing them. My mind starts to wonder. Let's see, has the leaderboard worked for this? Yes, it has. 32nd place. Can't complain at that. In between Altaria and Crawdaunt. A very, very thoroughly deserved spot on the leaderboard. We now got 4 Pokemon on our final page of our streaming leaderboard. And let's have a very quick look at page 1 as well, if it'll load up. Zangoose still in top. We've got Mega Absol and Flamigo taking 2nd and 3rd place apiece. I reckon if I did that on a pre-rec, then I could possibly get sub 125 with SKUNTANK. Why is Zangoose good but Seviper isn't? Zangoose gets Taunt and Sword Stance, Seviper doesn't. And they're in alternating experience groups. One thing I do want to show you, by the way, is if you're and normal stab, Zangoose has everything going for it. Out of all the non-legendary Pokemon, I would say that Zangoose is possibly the best, even to today, for a challenge run. I do just want to show you, if you're playing on the challenge run base, we've added a new place here. Mahogany TM supplies. So if you're testing for any kind of red fight, you're able to buy all the TMs here. This unlocks after you clear the radio tower. This is also where you get the linking cord for any trade evos. Yeah, I thought make it dodgy, make it rockets. But there's only one more thing we need to do for this challenge, and that is to say thank you to Kenya for the last 90 odd minutes here in the challenge run. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with you. Let's save in front of Nurse Joy. Do I think Miltank would be powerful? Let's see if the results command is working for Miltank. I remember you're the one that suggested SKUNTANK alongside Grumpig. So there we can see Miltank is in 55th place. It used to be 2nd place. Miltank's issue is she's got very low special attack and she's in slow. That's her issue. It was 2nd a very long time ago. Almost 2.5 years ago. But I think we can all be very, very proud of SKUNTANK. I am going to call it there for today, though. We will be back same time, same place on Thursday. So in around about 46 hours' time, we will be back for Breloom. I reckon Breloom is going to have a very, very interesting time through Johto. Let's get the thumbnail all prepared now. We're going to be starting off with a Shroomish. We're going to see how it goes. But for the rest of today, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I will be back on Thursday. I'll try and get a video done for the end of the week as well. And I will see you all very, very soon.